First of all, before hopping into the presentation, I enjoyed not only stumbling upon a great topic to learn about, but more importantly, learning about something that potentially influenced my life after college. Self-publishing will be the road taken by many, and I'm grateful to be able to inform you about what I learned. Now let's begin. The main purpose for self-publishing is to make an easier, more cost-efficient way of releasing an author's work into the public. As you can see in my diagram, self-published books are now gaining more popularity for the reasons I formerly stated. In the US alone, self-publishing has risen 287% over the last couple of years. I also found this great video on YouTube, and I'll play a little bit to reinforce what my ideas are. Please ignore the ads. This is a YouTube policy.
Hey guys, so I know a big question on everyone's mind in this day and age when self-publishing is a very real possibility for absolutely everyone who has something that they want to get out there in the world. The question is, where do you start? How do you begin? And what services do you use? How much is this going to cost? What's the end result going to look like? And I'm here today to answer every one of those questions for you. So first of all, I'm going to show you some of the publications that I've made over the years. This is my latest one. It's called Bontrix. It's a steampunk novel. Thicker than most of my other works. I will put the link to all of my books in the description if you'd like to check that out, maybe get a copy. One thing to note is I also publish everything that I do on Kindle. That helps with maximizing revenue as well as sort of getting a newer audience that might not want to buy a paperback. This is In Reluctant Words. It's another one that I did recently, and I love this one just because of the size of it. Thimble and Thread, Gem, and then Mask City. So there are two really main big publishing companies out there that will let you self-publish and do it in a way that's not going to break you as far as cost. Those are Lulu and CreateSpace. Now personally I have used them both, and I think that CreateSpace offers more features and they're just quicker on getting your books out there to the companies like Amazon, expanded distribution to Barnes & Noble, the Book Depository, all those cool places, as well as popping it right on over to the Kindle so that you don't have to really do much work. Now Lulu, I had a bit of trouble getting my book into an ebook format with them because they use EPUB, as well as it took about 6 to 8 months for my book to just get on Amazon.com. Otherwise they had to go directly to my Lulu store link and buy it directly from Lulu, which was so much more than it would have been if they had bought it through Amazon. So self-publishers, what you need before you get started is your manuscript or your book, and I really recommend putting that in a Word document or PDF document. You can find information on formatting those as far as the sizes and stuff on the publisher's websites, CreateSpace and Lulu. Once you've got that, have an idea of what you want as far as your design.
He continues on talking about the steps to self-publish, and if you'd like to continue watching, of course the video will always be here, and there's a link on YouTube as well. Next, we continue our field trip to the Effect and Impact page. In short, the biggest benefit of self-publishing is making more money than traditional publishing. As we can see in the picture to the right, self-publishing is going up in numbers opposed to traditional publishing because of the money. Of course, I'm implying this, but most of the things in the world are done because of money. Self-publishing can impact an infinite amount of fields, based on the fact that every book, image, website, etc. is published, therefore whatever field you're looking in could potentially be self-published. And then we see my video in which I explain the impacts of self-publishing. I use my laptop to record myself and use YouTube to edit and also publish and post the video. And here it is.
Self-publishing is so important in today's industry of publishing. No longer do you have to go to the traditional publisher, give them half of what you're going to earn for the book. Now you can produce it, put it online, and hope that 1 million people buy it.
Is self-publishing having an impact on society?
It's going to change everything. With a couple of clicks of a button, people are going to be able to publish themselves. And it's just going to go right online. You're going to be on the same shelf, basically, as the big authors. And it's going to make hundreds of people who never thought about publishing traditionally get their work out there. I'm really thinking of self-publishing.
Yeah, I actually heard it's a lot better than going to an actual publisher.
I think I could do it. I just have to think about the right thing.
On to technical aspects. Many innovations made in the self-publishing field have come to fruition because of computer science. As we can see, depicted in my picture, is a pile of books that lay underneath a tablet. This is the work of computer science and the advances in technology. Now, one does not have to lug around books and can just bring this little 5-pound tablet around that is essentially any book anyone would ever need. Now we come to the relationship to data page. Anytime someone goes on the internet, you run the risk of compromising your security. So in turn, if the work of an author isn't locked away on a computer correctly, there's a chance it could be stolen and used for somebody else's benefit if they were looking for it or wanted it badly enough. Finally, we're at the end of our journey at the reference page. The resource I used that was most helpful for me was from oedb.org. It gave me the insight into what self-publishing was on a basic level and explaining it more in depth. The link is of course in my reference page if you would like to learn any more about self-publishing that I did not cover in the presentation. Now that we have seen my website from the public side of things, I will now dive into the behind-the-scenes things that only I could see as the developer. First, my logo. I found the pictures online that are in my layers, the 3 books by searching books, and the pencil by searching writing utensil in Google. Next I did the writing in the Microsoft Word, formatted the text to my liking, and I then threw all of the layers into Pixlr, where I put all the layers on top of each other, in the order that was most appealing. Then I used the eraser tool to get rid of the white around the books, and filled in the background with a tan color to match my banner. Speaking of my banner, I also used Pixlr finding a background picture, searching Inkwell for my banner, adding it as a layer in Pixlr, and then putting my name and title on top of it. Coming from Microsoft Word once again, I found the font and size I wanted. Finally, I put my logo that I had just made on the left side of my banner using the layers once again in Pixlr. For my animation, I used my logo, a picture that I googled self-publishing, and the absolute best Facebook photo I could find of myself. I used easygif.com, chose the files I wanted to upload, and uploaded them, making the GIF of the 3 cycling images. Moving into my cPanel, I bring you to the purpose page, and to keep everything looking the same, I use the same format for every single page. The beginning of every single web page needs a few things: the doc type, the HTML tag, the head, which consists of meta tags, title, style sheets, and open style tag. The style sheet is a CSS file that is applied to all HTML pages when linked in the head. Inside of your style is all of the specific formatting, like the color, positioning of pictures, text font, margins, and sizes of pictures. After the head comes the body, which is where all the information that is displayed on the web page goes. And after the body is the footer tag, and finally the closed body and HTML tags. If you would like any more information, please visit my website, which is located at the top of the screen. For questions or comments, my email is located at the bottom. Thank you for watching my presentation on self-publishing.